Hello?
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 Give me 1 second here.
I will give you 7 seconds. Oh, they're listening to the stream.
Can you hear me?
Yes, unfortunately.
Hold on, I'm trying to get rid of this beep notification here every
Oh,
time I push the
I
talk.
hate that beep. It's the worst.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Must be one hell of a beep.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Anyone home?
Are you there?
Yes.
There we go.
All right. Hello?
Hello?
All right, so you said that BLM is not a concept. Is that a correct interpretation of your statement?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously it's not a concept.
Obviously. All right. Now, could you explain how that's obvious to the viewers?
Can you explain who Patrice Cullors is?
I don't know who that is.
I mean, she founded an organization called Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
And if you donate to Black Lives Matter, where does that money go?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
It goes to Patrice Cullors.
Okay. Would you consider yourself a Republican?
No,
Okay. Have you ever donated to the Republican Party?
I've never donated to any party.
Okay. So if someone were to donate to the Republican Party, does that mean that they are a Republican? Is there such a thing as Republicanism? Is there such a thing as, I don't know, being a Democrat as irrespective from the Democratic Party?
I don't understand what you're trying to get at. A lot of people, and especially corporations, donate to both parties.
Okay, well, my point is, you said BLM is not a concept. You said it is only a political organization. So whenever someone says, yeah, I think that Black Lives Matter, that's secret code speak for I think that BLM organization, which isn't grammatically correct at all. You said specifically it's not a concept. I'm postulating that it is, in fact, a statement, a political statement, and there very well may be an organization that has a similar name.
Okay, well then all lives matter.
Okay. So is
All lives
BLM
matter,
a
it's that
concept,
simple.
yes or no? Is it a political statement, yes or no?
No, BLM, as you have it written there on the screen, is an organization.
So
I
it's
mean-
not a political statement. So if I say Black Lives Matter, That means that my speech is an organization? Is that sentence organized? What does that mean?
I mean, it's ridiculous. You're trying to argue retarded semantics.
Do Black Lives Matter? Yes or no?
Sure, all lives matter.
Okay.
All human life matters.
All right.
Black lives don't matter any more or less than brown lives, or white lives, or yellow lives.
I would definitely tell that to the police. But either way, so you said BLM is not a concept. It's not a political statement. It is only an organization. You still actually believe that?
Yeah, I mean, I believe most people are aware of that, other than delusional
Most people.
I
Okay,
mean,
most people. So
I mean,
when
if you
someone goes out there and says, "Yeah, I think black people matter," what they're secretly referring to is the shadow organization of people no one's ever heard of. That's what they're talking about.
but it's not a shadow organization that no one's ever heard of. I mean,
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, you're full of shit then.
Okay,
I mean,
I'm full of shit.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Can you donate money to a concept?
You can donate money to an organization that believes in a
Thank
concept,
you.
sure.
Can you donate money to Black Lives Matter?
If there's an organization entitled Black Lives Matter, then I suppose, yes, you can donate money to that. You said BLM is not a concept.
When you see signs and T-shirts that say Black Lives Matter, who do you think made those signs and T-shirts?
You think
and where
those
does
are
that
all
money
made
go?
by one person?
I mean, it's a literal copyrighted. Yeah, so legally.
You think the term
yes.
Black Lives Matter is copyrighted?
It literally is. You can Google that.
It literally is. Okay.
Black Lives Matter is an
Well,
organization.
I'll have you know, I attend Black Lives Matter demonstrations in my city every single day and have been for 175 days in a row. And at these demonstrations, people often say Black Lives Matter, and people often have given out merchandise that was made by people in the community. Do you think that someone who's like 70 years old is part of a secret shadow government organization funneling money into like Patricia, whoever the fuck? Or do you think it's possible?
Where are you coming up with this secret shadow government shit?
You're the one who says it's not a concept. It's only an organization. I'm saying
where
it can be
did you
an
come up with this secret shadow government shit?
Well, I've never heard of it
completely
before.
pulled that out of thin air.
Well, I've
and
never
to
heard
say
of
you've
it
never
before.
heard. Well, you're lying. I mean, I know you're
okay,
lying.
so I'm
you
lying.
know you're lying.
I'm lying. All right. You
Yeah.
know I'm lying. Everyone in the world knows
Obviously,
that I'm
you've
lying.
heard. Everyone has heard of the
Everyone
organization
has heard.
Black Lives Matter.
Everyone has heard. So if you like walk into a nursing
I
home
mean, if
and
we
you
can't
ask
have
them
an
about the...
if we can't have an honest conversation, there's no point. I mean,
I'm
if
trying
you're
to
just
have an
gonna-
honest conversation. I'm telling you I had no idea that that's an organization. And if you don't want to teach me about it, that's fine. But it sounds like you're upset.
I'll send you all kinds of links in Discord, but I mean, you're blatantly lying right now
I'm
because
blatantly lying. Okay.
you've talked about the organization in previous podcasts.
Have I? Can you point them out?
I will, yeah.
So you said BLM is not a concept.
No, it's an organization that came up with a name like Black Lives Matter, so you can't say, BLM sucks, and be like, oh, so you think Black lives don't matter, like you're doing.
So
like,
you think the organization spawned out of the ether before the Black Lives Matter protest demonstrations in Ferguson in 2014?
I'll tell you exactly when BLM was founded.
Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah, actually, it did. BLM was founded in 2013.
Okay, cool.
July 13th of
all right,
2013.
that's cool. So do you think that Black lives don't matter as a result?
No, why would I think that? I just
Well,
I
because
think
you
the
have a
organization
problem. You have a very weird tick with the idea that Black Lives Matter is a political statement. There very well may be an organization. That's very possible.
Yeah, I mean, I look at what they did in Ferguson. They went in, they raised all kinds of money off of someone's death, and none of that money went back into the community.
Okay.
None of it went to helping black people. It went to...
So does that mean that Black Lives Matter
$1
is
million
not a political
properties.
statement? I don't understand. Yes, there very well may be an organization. That's very possible. That organization might be corrupt. That's very possible. I don't know anything about it, to be honest with you. I'm telling you this, and you can believe that I'm lying. In your mind, I might be a part of the shadow government. I don't know. in my opinion, Black Lives Matter is a simple political statement. It says Black Lives Matter. Is that not a political statement?
Sure, but it is also an organization.
So it is a
And
concept.
you need to be able to differentiate between the two. And the
Okay, but you
name
said
of the
it's an
organization
organization,
was
not a
clearly
concept.
intended to allow people to make this argument.
All right. So you said specifically in the chat, it is an
But
organization
this-
and not a concept. Do you disagree or agree with your former statement?
It's an organization.
But is it a concept?
BLM, capital B, capital L, capital M.
That's
Those
an
three
acronym?
letters together, that acronym, yeah, that is an organization, not a concept.
What? So an acronym is an organization?
That acronym, yeah, it's a registered organization.
So when someone says, like, I believe
Let-
that BLM, period, like, to you, that's
I mean,
grammatically correct.
if I say FBI, if I say ATF, I say CIA, if I say BLM, they are all organizations.
Okay, but you don't think that that organization has a name that comes from a political movement and statement that says Black Lives Matter?
I think the political statement came from the organization because you can't argue against an organization with the name Black Lives Matter because then people will try to say, oh, so you don't think Black Lives Matter? And
Right.
it's a word trap.
Okay, so you think
And
it's
it's-
all
it's
a big
ridiculous.
game. So do you believe that police kill black people disproportionately to white people?
No.
Say that again?
No, I don't.
You don't.
I mean, statistically, white people are more likely to be killed by police on an interaction by interaction basis.
Okay, do you have a
that's
problem with
the No, I don't have a problem with
You
that.
don't have a
I
problem
mean,
with white people being killed by police?
I have a problem with people being killed by police that don't deserve it, but that's extremely rare.
It's extremely rare. Okay. What about Andrew Brown Jr. in Elizabeth City? Did he deserve it?
Probably.
Probably.
I mean,
You don't know
I
anything.
saw the video.
You know
He
his
tried to
last
run
name
over
is
a cop in his
Brown,
car.
so that's he probably deserved
I'm
it.
brown. I'm brown. Am I racist?
His last name is Brown, so therefore he probably deserved it. What about Tony
no,
Timpa? Do you believe Tony Timpa deserved to be killed by police?
Was Tony Timpa the white guy that died like George Floyd?
Sure. Do you think George
I
Floyd
don't
deserved
know.
to be killed by police?
No. No, what happened to George Floyd was not right.
Okay. So, you say most of the time police killings are necessary. Like they're required, there's no other option? Is that what your belief is?
Most of the time, yeah. I mean, most police shootings are justified.
What about Ashley Babbitt? Was that justified?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you can't storm the Capitol of the United States government and expect the United States government not to react.
Okay, all right.
I mean, yeah, they should have known that was going to happen.
So what is your argument here? So you came on the stream, like I'm gonna wrap this up pretty soon here. So
My only argument was that BLM is an organization that grips off of leftists and has made
Well, I've never heard of it.
hundreds of millions of dollars.
It very well may
It
be possible.
has solely gone to enrich the founders of the
That's
organization.
very
and
possible. I don't know
and it's
anything
not
about
done
that.
a single thing to help black people.
Okay, that's all extremely possible. That has nothing to do with the idea that Black Lives Matter isn't a political statement, though, or a concept.
I mean, sure, but by using that as your political statement,
I don't care about the
just-
organization. I've never heard of it before. I don't care about it. So my thing is Black Lives Matter a concept and a political statement that people can say and believe in conversation? Can people believe that Black Lives Matter?
Sure.
Okay, so it is a concept. It is a statement.
I mean, Black Lives Matter is an organization.
Is it a concept
it-
and an organization, or is it just an organization?
If you print a T-shirt with the Black Lives Matter logo and start wearing it around, they
What
can
is the
sue you for
Black Lives
copyright
Matter
infringement.
logo?
I mean, you know what it is. You've seen it, the black and white square with Black Lives Matter in it.
Okay, what if I just printed a t-shirt in green text in Comic Sans that said Black Lives Matter?
Well, then that would be completely different.
Okay. So, but that would be a concept.
Sure, but when you say Black Lives Matter, that's, I mean, you're
So if
referring
I
to an
say
organization.
Republican, am I infringing on copyright if I say the word Republican?
Republican's not a copyrighted organization.
Okay. So if I say Black Lives Matter, somehow I'm infringing on copyright.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Okay.
I
So
can-
if someone
I can
says
say-
it, it would be in the conceptual political statement kind of way.
Sure.
So BLM is in fact a concept.
Can you donate to that concept? Can I go online right now and give money to the concept that Black Lives Matter?
Can I go online and give money to the concept of anarchism? Can I go online and give money to the concept of libertarianism? What? Can I give money to the
is there a
idea
group
that
called anarchism? Is there an organization called libertarianism?
there's the Libertarian
Because
Party?
there
of
is
the
an
United
organization
States?
called Black Lives Matter.
Okay. So that means that when someone makes an organization, that means it's you can no longer use those words in any other context?
Okay, where did this political statement come from? Where did it originate?
From the idea that Black Lives Matter. It's pretty simple. It's
Oh,
it's
and what-
very simple actually.
And when did that start becoming prominent?
In 2014?
And who made it prominent? Was it an organization called Black Lives Matter?
It was protesters chanting in the streets that Black Lives Matter.
Right. And who organized that? Was it an organization called Black Lives Matter? I mean, this is all stuff that you can Google right now.
I
and
don't
get
think
these
anybody
answers for.
organized the protest at the very beginning.
Well,
No.
you're wrong. They did.
So they did.
That's
So
how
they
the
knew-
organization.
So they knew that someone was going to be executed by police. They were all staged there. They were waiting for it to happen, and then as soon as it happened, they secretly organized.
Honestly, yeah.
You think
Honestly,
so?
oh yeah. BLM is constantly looking to grift off the death of someone killed by police. That's what they do.
No, but you are claiming that they were there from the beginning.
They were formed.
So they knew that that guy was going to die before he died. Did they maybe play a part in the murder? What is your?
Oh no, they were
How
just
deep
waiting.
does this go?
They were just waiting for a police incident that they could grift off of. And then when one that was really bad that the
Maybe-
whole country basically agreed on, which was George Floyd, man, they latched onto that and their organization exploded.
Okay, so is Black Lives Matter a political statement?
It has become a political statement, but it originated from the organization. But
Is it possible that the origin is before that organization you're referencing, and that people have been saying Black Lives Matter?
let me ask, why is it offensive to say all lives matter?
All lives will matter when Black Lives matter. Why is that offensive?
Black lives already do matter. All lives matter.
Okay. Well, Black lives clearly do not matter.
They're
if
included.
this
included
conversation
in
is
all
even
lives.
taking
I mean-
place to begin with, clearly there is some form or issue in the world right now that puts black people at a lower point in the totem pole than white people. That's very clear. That's evident, right? So the statement Black Lives Matter is with the intention of bringing equality to all different kinds of people. All lives matter is basically ignoring a problem.
No, not really.
So if I have a lung infection in my left lung, would you say all lungs matter?
Yeah.
So is Black Lives Matter a concept?
No, it's an organization.
And it's not a concept.
No, it's not a concept.
So no
It's an
one in the
organization.
history of the world has ever said Black Lives Matter and meant anything other than the organization.
That's a ridiculous statement.
Well, that's what you said. You said it's not a concept.
So are you trying to argue that BLM doesn't exist?
I'm trying to argue that it very well may be an organization, but it is also a political statement and a concept.
Okay, so when an organization is detrimental to
That's
the
not
political
the argument.
statement,
Your argument
well,
is that it
that's
is
my
not.
argument. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
You
about. You're
said
ranting on
why
some
we
dumb
had
bullshit.
this conversation to begin with started when you said, quote, BLM is an organization, not a concept. I am saying it very well may be an organization called Black Lives
Okay,
Matter.
I mean,
That's possible.
can you give me an example of anyone using the statement Black Lives Matter before the founding of Black Lives Matter on July 13th, 2013?
What does that have to do with the fact that it's a political statement?
Because the organization created the political statement because it's a statement that you can't argue against. And you can't
Well,
argue
you
against
seem
the
to be doing
organization.
a one hell of a job arguing against it. So
I'm arguing
if someone,
against it because it's a corrupt organization and
okay,
people
it very well may be. That's very possible. I don't know anything about it. What you are saying, though, is every time someone says Black Lives Matter, it's because they're secretly working for this organization.
But no, that's a fucking ridiculous
But that's
statement.
so
Like,
it is a
that's so much
concept that is
extrapolation that
independent
it's
from the organization, correct or no?
not really, no.
So
I mean, maybe there's a bunch of really, really dumb people on the left that have never heard of the organization and don't realize that their actions are basically just supporting grifters.
So when
And
someone gets shot and killed by
harming their
police
own
and
movement.
someone says Black Lives Matter, that's supporting grifters.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say you're going out protesting and it's a Black Lives Matter march and you get people to donate because they're like, well, I don't have time to protest, but I'll donate.
So when someone
And
organizes a cash
maybe
app,
you weren't even aware.
so when someone organizes a cash app for the family of someone who died from police violence, how does that impact the Black Lives Matter organization?
That has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter.
Right. So you said donating.
I think that's.
You said if
I think
someone
that's how it
hosts,
should be done.
hold the phone, buddy. If you said if someone hosts a Black Lives Matter march and people donate, that it automatically goes to some big organization founded by Patricia, whoever the fuck.
Let's say I'm walking down the street and I see a Black Lives Matter protest with all the Black Lives Matter signs, and I don't have time to protest, but I can Google Black Lives Matter, and oh look, I can donate to this protest. I can
So you're
donate to
thinking that
Black
people
Lives
are
Matter.
so goddamn stupid that instead of just handing cash to an organization doing a fundraiser, that they're going to Google, not, I don't know, the specific case of police violence in the city. They're just going to Google Black Lives Matter. Oh, I'm going to donate here. You think that's going to happen? And that's your proof that Black Lives Matter is not a concept or a political statement?
I mean, they made almost $1 billion. Off
That's
of the death of
I'm
George
happy
Floyd.
for that. So if someone organizes a march in a city that has had a high-profile police brutality incident, and the family of that person is fundraising so that they can, I don't know, maybe not, have starving children because the only person making money in their family was assassinated by police, that somehow has something to do with an organization that they've never heard of.
No, I mean you're making
Well,
a ridiculous argument.
Well, I am saying no, I'm not. I'm saying police are killing black people at an alarming rate, and that people do marches where they say that Black Lives Matter, and people may do fundraising for the families of victims of police violence. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, say that then.
I did. I just said it.
It has nothing to do with the organization BLM.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. So thank you for agreeing. You have a great day. I'll talk to you again soon. So BLM, is it a concept? Is it not a concept? I think we found our answer. Hopefully y'all